this is just a little tip video on some funky stuff you might see of some weird situations of no solution or infinite solutions. So just a review, no solution, that's parallel lines, right? That's your same slope, but a different starting point. Numerically, that's right here. You would have the same slope, but just the numbers here are different, and they could be 5 and 3, 5 and 12. As long as they're different, there's no solution. They're not going to touch. What does that look like, though, with elimination? That's going to look like something like this, where you've got your positive and negatives that cancel, and everything cancels out. You're like, wow, everything cancels out. 3's go away, and the 5's go away. But now I've got nothing left, and on the right side, I've still got 9. And is 0 equal to 9? No, it is not. So that is why we get no solution. They also might try to disguise it in like a oh, I see that 5 goes into 24 times. Oh, 1 goes into 4 times. So I'm going to multiply this by -4, and then I'm going to have, so I got to rewrite it, but I'm going to have -4x minus 20y equals -12. And I'm like, oh wow, look, everything cancels out again. This is freaking awesome. But what happens? I got 0 equals 4, and that's not true. So whenever you see a non-true statement, 3 equals 4, 0 equals 1, no solution. On the other side of the coin, we might have an incredible infinite amount of solutions, so that's just an unending amount. And that's when we have the same line twice, so that's hard to draw, but it's the same line twice. Same slope, and same starting point. I mean, same everything, right? So what does that look like numerically? That's looking like this, where we just have exactly the same thing. 2x plus 5, 2x plus 5. I guess theoretically maybe they could like kind of disguise it if they had like 2y equals 4x plus 10 or something like that. But besides that, why did I erase that? That was totally fine. In an elimination setup, it'd be the same thing. You'd be like, oh my god, everything cancels out. 3, -3, 5, -5. And then I got a 0, but oh hey, isn't it 7, -7? That's also 0. This is true. 0 is equals 0 is true. So this would be an infinite solutions. And then you could be like, yeah, I get to draw this cool infinity sign. Whoopity doopity. The way they might hide that is if you have to multiply still. So this is similar to this last one over here. I'm like, oh, I got to multiply by -4. That'll get rid of, oopsies, minus 20y. And then I'm going to bring this one down. And then what's going to happen? Oh, yay, everything cancels out again. But even on the right side, I get a 0 also, so it's still true. So I get to draw my cool infinity. So when you get an untrue statement, you get parallel lines. The slopes are the same, but they never touch. They'll never touch because they keep staying on that same line. No solution. And sometimes when it's numbers, it's hard to see that it's the same line or that they're parallel, so you got to manipulate a little bit. Look for those true, not true statements. All right. Arrivederci.